Your student loan debts are not even due to be paid until September 1st. So why would you focus your debt paying energy on student loans right now when you have credit cards with interest rates of 18%? So you should look into paying heavy interest rate debts versus something like student loans right now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of the Bad Talk Show. Today, we're going to be talking about 4 key things which you need to be doing with your money in 2022. So let's just dive into it, bro. What's number 1 for them?
Listen, the first thing we want you to do is to please pay off heavy debts. Debt, man, because listen, for example, the biggest debt in the country right now is credit card debt. We have a total of $930 billion of credit card debt with a B.
Exactly, with a B. That's very important to say. And the reason why that's important is because a lot of people right now are saying, yo, I only have $1,000 or $2,000 worth of debt. It's not that high. Well, the average interest rate on a credit card is 18%. Sheesh. So when you think about it, you're not only paying back that $1,000 or $2,000, you have to add 18% to that, y'all. So you have to be smart with your money. And the other crazy part about interest rate is what? They're only going up, right?
Yeah, it's definitely only going up. So like, as we know, like last month, the Fed increased interest rates by, 25 basis points. And the thing is, they actually said that they're going to move more aggressively. So it's expected that in the May meeting, they're going to increase it by 50 basis points now.
Yeah.
And then they might increase it by 50 basis points a few more times this year.
Right.
Actually, which is the most aggressive we've moved since 2000.
And that's just scary because once again, we already told you 18% is the rate right now, which is already high. So what you're saying right now is if they're going to increase it even more, which is the overall interest rate, that means the credit card interest rate is only going to go higher, y'all. You got to be smart what you do right now. So make sure you pay that heavy debt off. But there's another feature rather than just credit card, right?
Yeah.
The buy now, pay later. So everyone's talking about this, and it's like, it's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Like, people are buying Best Buy TVs, buying all these new games, and they're like, I'll just buy it now and pay it back. Well, CNBC came out and said that 1/3 of people who are using this feature are struggling to pay off their installments. That is not a good sign, guys. Come on.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Because I hear that all the time. People always talking about buy now, pay later like it's really that sweet.
Right.
There's always a catch. All right, it's not much different from credit cards. Y'all still have to pay this back with interest.
Yeah, and another catch right now is student loans, bro.
Yo, student loans. Oh my gosh. Listen, we talk about paying back heavy debts, but your student loan debts are not even due to be paid until September 1st. So why would you focus your debt paying energy on student loans right now when you have credit cards with interest rates of 18%? So you should look into paying heavy interest rate debts versus something like student loans right now.
Right. And the other part about this is I know a lot of people disagree, like, should I be paying off my credit card or student loans? Just think about it like by yourself. Why pay back something when it's not even due and it's not accruing interest? When something else is accruing interest of 18%, like that doesn't even,
and it's gonna only go up.
Yeah, and that doesn't even make sense. Like, I know y'all are smart in this because you guys are watching Bad Talk, but like, come on. So that's number 1, right? Make sure you are paying off heavy debt. Number 2 is very simple, but we talk about it all the time, so we're gonna mention it again. You have to protect yourself. Now, what we mean by that is really grow your savings, right? So right now, let's just talk about this. Only 4 out of 10 people are able to cover an unexpected expense of $1,000. So let's just say a car repair or a medical expense, only 4 out of 10 people can cover it. That means 60% of people cannot, and that's a large amount, y'all.
And that's why we advocate for like building your emergency fund. Like you have to, and we spoke about this at length in our budgeting episode. So please check out our episode on budgeting, because we brought up something with like holding 3 months of expenses or 6 months of expenses or even 12 months of expenses. Right?
Yep.
And this is all dependent on your risk tolerance. For somebody who might not have as many responsibilities as another person, or somebody who could like tolerate risk, maybe you only want to have 3 months worth of expenses in your emergency fund.
Right. If you're someone like us, for example, right? Like we don't have a kid, we don't have any families, we don't have to worry about that stuff. We might be on that 3 month side period, but guess what? All of a sudden, if you're someone who has a low risk tolerance because you have a family, you have to make sure you have everything set, you're going to lean towards that 12-month cycle.
Yeah.
And then if you're moderate, you want to go towards that 6-month cycle. And this is just not our advice. Like, You can look it up and Google it. This is recommended advice that financial advisors that y'all pay for are saying, and you guys are getting this free knowledge from us right now.
For real.
Right? So that's something you have to do, which is number 2, protect yourself. And now that we already said 2 of them, they got to do us a favor, right?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all got to like, comment, and subscribe to this video and hit that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
and you do not want to miss them. So let's get on to number 3, what you need to be doing right now, which is automate your investments. So we talk about automating all the time, right?
Yeah.
Well, automation is very important because we want to make sure that whatever we get into our account, we don't just spend it. So what this really means is when you get your paycheck on a monthly basis, you want to automate the amount that you feel comfortable investing in your investment account and saving in your savings account first, and then use the remainder to actually use for your expenses. So that way, when you automate everything, you don't ever have to think. Like, you don't think anymore.
Not at all, yeah.
It's just clockwork. Like, we know what's happening on a monthly basis because we have our budget template. We know our expenses, so we can automate. And that's the name of the game. And I know y'all know that really well because of, obviously, Tony Robbins, right?
Yeah, my boy Tony Robbins, he wrote a book called Money Master the Game, which we both read and highly recommend, and he spoke about the strategies of wealthy people. And some of the, one of the most popular things they did is automate their investments. Mm-hmm. It's proven. It's like, why would you not follow? We always say follow the money.
Facts.
We always say follow the money.
And this is literally called Money Master the Game.
Literally, Money Master the Game. Like, if y'all want to master that game, please automate those investments, yeah?
Exactly. And another thing for you guys, right? It's just kind of a weird saying, but it really is true. Like, the wealthy always invest first and then spend after, whereas the poor spend first and then invest after, or if they invest at all.
If they invest at all,
right?
For real,
now, we're not trying to say like poor, but there's a mindset to it, right?
Yeah, it's all about the wealth mindset, and then there's a poor mindset as well. We need to all have a wealth mindset. You have to have the mindset first before you have the actual physical wealth. Like, it starts there. And so you don't even have to condition yourself to be like, dang, I got to invest on the 13th. Mm-hmm. No, people just set it up on your investing apps. Right? You can literally automate these investments. It's so important because then your money's working for you at all times.
Exactly. You like to say, right? You're like, what? It's my little soldier?
Yes, your money has to be soldiers. Your money better go to war for you. If your money is not working harder than you hustling backwards.
Exactly. I love that saying, by the way.
Word.
So that's number 3. And finally, let's get to number 4. You have to beat inflation and grow your money. So inflation, you want to explain to them what that means, bro?
Yeah, inflation is just basically when your money is losing value over time. Mm-hmm. That's it. Things are getting more expensive as your money loses value.
Exactly. And the scary part about this is, inflation is expected to be reported in March as of 8.4%. Well, in February, it was 7.9%, which was all-time highs. And just in 2021, as an entire year, it was 7%. So if you notice a trend, we went from 7% to 7.9% to an expected 8.4%, which is only going up. So that means your dollar is literally losing value, which is not a good sign.
It's not a good sign at all. And this is the thing. Like we said, how does the Fed fight this inflation? Mm-hmm. They're going to raise interest rates, which they've already done. And we said earlier, they're going to move more aggressively. So that really, it's like a full circle thing, right? We got to pay back these debts because they're increasing these interest rates and everything. Like, everything right now is becoming more expensive. I know you see it.
Facts.
You go out right now, you try to get gas, you want to buy groceries. Bro, the other day, I went to Costco. I tried to get some food. Bro, 5 items cost me what 10 items used to cost me.
Yeah, I literally asked him to buy me protein, and he was like, "Yo, it's $55," and I was like, "Wait, it was just $45 last time. Like, what happened?"
It was $40 last time. Now it's $55.
Exactly. So I know y'all trying to make those gains. It's more expensive now, bro.
Yeah, exactly. it's like, it costs a lot to get bigger. It costs a lot to do everything. So it's like, please, man, please spend responsibly in this time period.
Exactly.
You have to.
And I just wanted to say, right, it's not all about spending. So as we said, you have to beat inflation by growing your money. Now, how do you grow your money? You have to invest your money and make good decisions with it. So we just went down a whole list with you guys to let you know what you have to do. And this whole channel is about financial literacy. So we teach you how to invest your money, right? Remember, this is a very key statistics. 1 in 5 millionaires have already said that they became millionaires because they invested and spent 20% of their money towards things that make them more money. Okay? So you have to be very careful. 20%. Remember that, guys. Whereas a lot of us are spending like 80% of our money just going out and turning up. And then the 20% is like, wait, you know what? I'm actually going to spend that too. That's not how you got to think. Right. You have to actually invest your money so you could grow it. And that way you could actually beat the inflation of like, what, 8.4% right now as expected? That's the only way you're going to do it. You're not going to beat inflation by working a corporate job right now. It's just not possible.
Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. And then it's like, I know you like brought up spending habits, and then it makes me think about, like we said, the wealth mindset. What are the wealthy spending money on? So it's actually a statistic that showed that, you know, people who make over $250,000 a year, yeah, they do drive Benz, BMWs, you know, Lexus, because they can afford that. Right. That's cool. But right after that, the top cars driven by people who make over $250,000 was Toyota, Honda, Volkswagens, and Acuras.
Which is kind of, you know, I think it's smart, but also crazy at the same point. Like, they're spending so much money, right, on other things which make them more money. And it's like, yo, I don't really care about the luxury stuff. I could be okay with my Hondas and Toyotas because at the end of the day, it's a car, bro. It drives me the same way. You know, like that's the thing.
Yeah, bro. People want to look rich, but their pockets don't look rich.
Facts.
So it's like, it don't even make no sense to me. It's like, why is there this? We're doing everything. You're throwing backwards. Your whole. Yeah, we're it backwards. Like you throwing your whole generational wealth out of whack just to impress people that don't actually care about you.
Facts. And we spoke about it before too, right? Like y'all are buying Nike shoes, not investing in Nike, the actual product as a company, right? Y'all are buying Henny and Louis, you're not investing in the stock. Y'all are buying coffee from Starbucks and Dunkin', not investing in the stock. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Bro, and I just want people to know, understand, we had a lot of playtime in Corona, right? In the pandemic, they was giving us stimulus checks, right? There was a lot of money flowing around in the economy. So everybody was spending. Some people who invested, they're up right now. People who spent it on all these liabilities, they're down right now. And I just want y'all to know, the party is over. Because if you know about quantitative tightening, in a nutshell, all it means is the Federal Reserve is making sure that there's less money going around. So if there's less money going around and interest rates are rising, come on, y'all.
The party's over, literally.
The party is over.
Facts.
The party's over. Be responsible, please.
And that's why we're saying it's very important to actually do all these four things. So that literally summarizes the video as a whole. So let's just go down the list one more time, right? Number one, you have to be paying off the heavy debt. Number two, you have to protect yourself and make sure you have a good savings. If you don't know how to build a savings and check your expenses, click the link below for a free budget template. Number three, you have to automate all your investments. And number four, please beat inflation by growing your money, aka investing your money. So those are the four tips we have for you guys today. Once again, if you're still watching, thank you. We appreciate you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Hit that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
And you do not want to miss them. Once again, thank you. And we're going to check you on Monday. But until then, peace.
Peace.